and she's probably heard robots talk. Alright, let's move on.
YouTube got that. Alright, we're live. We're live.
Social workers. Social workers.
Oh man! Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Thinking Welcome to this episode of Thinking Outside the Longbox. I'm Gabe.
I'm Tim.
I'm Doyle.
I'm Juan.
And
We
today,
are not sitting in the right
you are
spots.
in the wrong
It's kind of
chairs.
fucking
Yeah,
up.
it's messing with us.
I don't like it. I
To-
fear change.
Today we're going to be talking about our pop culture classic brought to you by Patreon supporter Jason Wells.
Good
I
son.
think What did you say?
I said back-to-back picks.
Yeah, because we skipped him.
I know.
Yeah.
No, making it sound like a
it'll
good
be,
thing.
Oh, it'll be this time and next time.
He meant like back to back.
Oh.
picks.
I was trying to sell it like we did it on purpose. Not that we can't keep track of three people to the
It's like if a hype man went on stage sounding like that, no crowd response.
So
saying
Jason
business.
gets back-to-back pop culture classics over the next 2 recording sessions. This time we are talking about The Predator, and next time we're going to be talking about The Terminator, because we said we should do like something connected since you get back-to-back. He's like, the connection I'm going to make is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold.
Arnold.
You alright over there, bro?
Yeah. It's having a little issue over here. I'm good.
He's got a bunch of that robot jizz all over his
Yeah.
All over it. I mean, I don't know if a laptop has a fake neck and chest, but
It definitely has robot jizz all over its
Hey.
neck
it
and
definitely
chest.
went out last night and hooked up with robots.
So, tell us a little bit about
Oh,
Predator.
fuck. Why do I always do
It doesn't
that?
matter anymore because now it's just a thing where I'm like, Juan, tell us about the movie. And you're like, oh fuck, I forgot to look it up. Every time.
We get distracted so easily.
We get distracted.
Yeah,
Not
you
to be
distract me.
confused with How to Catch a Predator.
Hey, it's
Regular Predator.
Predator's a 1987 American science fiction action horror film. Wow, that's a lot of genres.
Not the Predator.
Directed by John McTiernan
Right.
and written by brothers Jim and John Thomas. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as the leader of an elite paramilitary rescue team on a mission to save hostages in a guerrilla-held territory in Central America who encounter the deadly Predator,
Told you
a
it was Central
technologically
America.
advanced alien who stalks and hunts them down.
It was not Billy D. Williams, it was Carl Weathers.
Yeah, we determined that like literally 5 minutes into the movie.
Welcome.
Not all black people
I was like, who
look
thought
the
it was
same.
Billy
That's
D.
what Gabe
Williams?
said. He said, I don't know, they all look the same.
He's like, fuck.
Oh, hey.
I feel like Billy D. Williams and Carl Weathers actually do have pretty similar facial structure.
The face, yes, but the
Their
body,
bodies,
no.
And I couldn't put it together in my brain. I was
Carl
like, I know
Weathers,
that's
huge.
yeah. I was like, I know that's
Mountain.
wrong, but
It's
I
like
can't
it's-
remember his name.
You
Carl
know-
Weathers or Martin Lawrence. I don't know. Somebody
You know what's crazy is
Lawrence Fishburne,
he
I don't
is
know, some
big,
black guy.
but he looks small especially when they do the fucking hand thing.
Dylan,
Arnold
you
is like
son of a
fucking
bitch.
twice as big as him.
I got you pushing too many pencils.
I made a comment last night. Nobody does that anymore. Why can't I just shout Gabe's name at the top of my lungs from across the room?
And be like, you son of a bitch.
And then we'll slowly walk towards each other after drawing so much attention to ourselves.
I feel like it's the testosterone version of people running towards each other on a beach.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Predator has an
Girls do things like that.
81% tomato meter critic score
That's
and an
surprising.
87% audience score.
It surprises me that it has an 81% critic score.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be like a 20 grade, like 90.
Because this movie,
The audience is 389,000 people have rated this movie.
They just hired like people to just do themselves in this movie, though. They're like, you, be you, be you.
they're like Jesse
Giant
Ventura
alien.
be a sexual tyrannosaurus.
He was like, already doing it.
Nailed it.
Run for governor later.
Jesse, we told you not to bring your own gun. Looks a little ridiculous.
Out of my cold dead hands.
This was made
Just
for.
owns a minigun.
Yeah, that is exactly what he was implying.
Sure he does just own a minigun.
This was made for 18 million, and at the box office it brought in 98.3 million.
And you know that since then,
That's a
it's
shit ton of movie in
brought in at
1987.
least another $1 billion in just like video sales and
This
rentals.
is a weird
and-
movie that doesn't strike a lot of people, I guess, or maybe they do, it does. This movie seems like a straight up D&D campaign to me. There's like a weird meetup scene. You got the fucking black guy, you got the Indian, you got Jesse Ventura. Like, everyone has their like specialty roles.
Yeah.
They're fucking trying to execute
Yeah,
a task, but shit goes
stereotypes.
way out of normal. They're like totally a normal team, and they're like, there's a fucking alien.
It does seem like a quest or like a
Yeah.
video game. Or,
Yeah.
And like the stereotyping in this movie is outrageous.
Indian tracker.
Yeah.
Squirrely Jewish guy.
That's
Soul brother black man.
I fear no man.
Enormous jacked white savior. Like the movie's full of stereotypes.
If he
Damsel in distress.
Damsel in
if somebody was
That's
gonna
how they
save me,
cast
it better be
the
fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I
I'm
don't-
saying,
I don't know. I'm all about Carl Weathers saving me too. He's pretty
yeah, me
pretty
too.
ripped.
Yeah. Do you think
This
Carl
is one of
Weathers will
the
ever get a
odd-
shot in Mando where he just like takes off that weird costume he's wearing, just beats the shit out of something in the show?
With like a laser sword.
Or just like his
Those are called lightsabers.
just his mitts. I don't know.
What a fucking laser swords!
I mean, he's such a human. He's
What
such
a weird
humongous
thing to
human being.
forget.
You know John Still is probably in his car going,
It's a lightsaber, idiot!
lightsaber.
That guy's in school, bro. He's teaching all of his kids.
Yeah.
And he's got 3 or 4 of them.
probably reteaching himself a little bit too.
Probably.
That's homeschool 101 right there. Fuck man, I hate it.
I thought homeschooling is just re-educating adults and kids are just fucking up.
Bro, it is true. If you don't use it, you lose it. Because I am really struggling with algebra all over again. Fractions, forget about it.
Fuck
Send
fractions.
that shit to Alicia. You take all the higher math.
How much is half, Alicia?
Is that like 50? That's 50, right? Half is still 50, right? It's not X?
Well,
Who the fuck put letters in this?
Yeah.
it could be
50 is still half, right?
depending on if you were trying to determine.
Oh,
so-
shut up, Doyle.
Just because I know fractions.
So Predator.
Okay, so let's, like, thinking about this movie. Obviously, this movie is old enough that it like literally predates one.
Does it?
87?
87, June 12th. I was 4 months old.
Oh, I thought it predated one.
Yeah.
Really close. It effectively predates one. So how
Predates
me.
old were you?
Just Juan and I are like a year apart, right? Or a couple months apart.
I was born of March in 87.
Oh, no, we were 2 years apart. Never mind.
So
For some reason, I
Mel,
thought we were closer in age than that.
Mel was talking about how she saw it when she was 12, like on HBO, so it was like an uncut version. And it was like wildly inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like she was too young to see it.
Right.
So
You know what I'm saying?
I know I was like,
I was
let's see,
pretty
so
young when I saw it.
87, so I would have been 9 or 10, and I saw it in the theater with my dad. But it didn't freak me out. I loved it because it was just explosions and them shooting an alien that had green blood.
I don't think that the version I saw is the version you saw on the screen.
See,
though.
and that's
I think that's different.
So how old were you when you saw it?
I
I
don't
guarantee
remember.
you,
I know I was young
because
when I saw it.
I grew up watching it like on TV.
Yeah, like
Yes,
on TNT
and that's what I don't
stuff.
remember it.
That's the
And
first time.
That's I
watched it
messaged
on
the
TV.
group and I was like, I don't remember this being so fucking violent.
It's not. It's not that gory either. And then I remember I bought the DVD one day at like a fucking Walmart, like buy $4
Yeah.
bin, and that's the first time I saw it like legitimately, where I was like, a lot of fucking dead corpses hanging on and shit. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck all this shit come from?
The whole cleaning the skull scene, I don't think is.
Yeah, because I had
that.
seen the TV movie like a dozen times. Like the unrated version is a lot more.
Well, like just when Jesse Ventura gets shot with the laser,
He's like,
and then
blown
they're talking
apart.
to him, and his chest is just open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that shit's crazy.
When the fucking predator's over the two dudes in the forest and he just blows his head off.
Yeah.
You got that back angle?
Yeah.
So much pink and red jelly
I was like,
everywhere. in that
whoa!
scene. It just right on the screen.
Like, this
Right on
movie's
camera.
awesome, man. Like, it's super intensely, like, action-packed. Like, there's not really dull moments in this movie. They don't make...
Doesn't
action
drag or
movies are
hang.
not made like this
Even if
anymore.
it's a dull thing that's happening, they are doing something to make it not dull.
Yeah.
Like the weird handshake or the whole.
They're flexing.
They're really aggressive. all
When
the
he's
time.
Like,
the montage where
You know
he's
what?
setting-
I don't do this kind of work.
You know what I think? You know what I
Setting up
think,
all
and
booby
I don't
traps.
want to get too
Booby traps.
I don't want to get too deep into shit. But I feel like scenes like that are too. They're looked down upon now. I feel like you can't. Some people
they probably are.
you can't really have that kind of masculinity on screen anymore. I feel like it's
You're probably
something
right.
that people don't really like anymore.
You're probably right, but I disagree with it. I dislike it.
Right? No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
I love the scene, and I
Yeah.
love how he kind of toys with him by fucking bending it. I just thought it was a cool scene. I just don't think that that's a thing anymore.
No, it's not.
So,
From the generation that brought you wet ass pussy, it's not.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone under like 28 is super fucking confused. They're like masculinity off the wet ass pussy.
What do I do?
I don't know what the problem is, but I think it's me.
said every older generation ever. I don't know what the problem is with these fucking hippies, but it's not me.
I think it's okay to have
right.
masculinity. There's nothing wrong with having femininity, or strong females.
Oh,
There's
not at
absolutely
all.
nothing wrong with it either way.
And I do
But I
believe
think
there
that
is
man-
toxic masculinity.
that's-
The fact that
I
there's
agree.
no line is what bothers me. It's just
And
like
because I don't
what's
think this is toxic at all.
No.
Dude, he's saying hi to his friend
He
in
didn't-
a way that's clearly.
Fuck his babysitter for years after this.
But you know,
I just mean in the movie. I don't mean in his real fucking life.
Raised that baby with his own family.
Yeah.
Motherfucker was
but
a G.
you know now, people are like, oh, look at those douchebags. They can't, you can't just be cool with your boy
No, I get it.
without somebody being like, oh,
You're
look
right.
at those fucking meatheads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so
because
stupid.
we all know if we were as jacked as Arnold Schwarzenegger, we would all be
I'd
doing
never
this
have a
So-
shirt on.
so-
I'd never have a shirt on ever again.
So here's the
Hyper masculine
perfect. Here's the
shit
perfect example.
ourselves.
My tattoo artist, this dude named Peter. He is a weightlifter, dude, and he is fucking gigantic. Doyle can attest to like Peter's giganticness. When he went
Yeah,
to
he can.
when he went to a convention with Carl. Oh, only the video gets that one. When he went to a convention that Carl Weathers was at. For his photo thing, that's what he wanted to do, was the Dylan, you son of a bitch. And he did it. Like, he has this picture of him, boom, with him, because they're both jacked fucking dudes. Like, it's awesome. Like, that's a cool thing. But it is. Like, that's
It
what's
is, but it's
dumb.
not.
If some...
But what I'm saying is like we all think it is, but he's right where it's not.
Like, if somebody
Weathers
that...
is still pretty jacked.
Oh, he's big.
If somebody that didn't grow up when we grew up
Yeah.
wants to say that this is like a moment of toxic masculinity, I would ask where. Because
Dude, I find
he's
myself
ju-
asking that all of the time.
he's just playing with his friend. He's just fucking around with
Like-
his buddy. And we all do that,
Right.
just not with our biceps because
Yeah.
none of us look like them.
Well,
No,
to
we
give
do it
a-
with our bellies.
Like,
What's
Jared,
that,
you
son of a bitch?
To give
And
a
we just
modern
kind
day,
of come in like that, you
to give
know?
a modern day example.
But our dicks don't touch.
And since then, I think
They
she
can't.
has said some pretty
No, that's what I mean. Like, physically,
Irresponsible
they're like...
That's too much belly.
balls randomly clapping for no reason.
Play!
Yeah, the balls are like that fucking that desk thing. The fuck's that called? What are those?
Perpetual motion machine? I don't know.
A pendulum.
Oh my god. So everyone's familiar with the whole like
That's
J.K.
toxic.
Rowling thing, right?
Yeah.
Where the first statement, I
Oh,
mean, according to
pendulum
me,
ball sack is too much. It's too much
the first statement that she makes, I feel like she just said a thing that if you misread it could be taken as transphobic, and everyone did because everyone does right now. But I don't think she had any idea that she was saying that in the first comment she made. Since then, I don't know if you can argue that.
She's
or
like
not.
quadruple down on it.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
For
like,
sure.
when she first wrote that first statement, do you really think that's not what she was saying?
Probably not, but
But the whole world was like, hey, fuck you, bitch! But that's how I feel like what Juan's saying now is like, it's just a thing that's not meant that way, but no matter what you do, like, someone's fucking taking
Yeah,
it that
there's
way.
there's
that's-
young kids going, oh, look at those
Yeah.
meatheads.
So
They're
this-
fucking. They think they're better than everybody. Like it just it happens.
I feel like this is the problem with like digital and social like interaction in general, is you see it all the time where like, you know, such and such said something and Twitter's blowing up about it.
Oh, for
but like
sure.
you look at the article and like the Twitter blowing up is like two people. But their voices have been amplified to like such an insane place.
Well, it's like two people retweeted like 85,000 times.
Well, I know, but it's like
Yeah.
only two people start this idea,
Oh, yeah,
and then it just explodes.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Like somewhere, some dipshit kid is like, "Blah, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah," and then some old guy like me is like, I don't think that's what you think it is, and then we get jumped on, or vice versa.
Right.
You know?
And then you get the, okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
That's the problem with shit like that is you can't have a real conversation with strangers anymore. You can't because you get shit like that where
It is
they're just so
incredibly
ardent
rare
in their
these days.
beliefs.
So here's what I want to know. Before social media, before the internet, is there a time when you really interacted with a stranger, like a complete stranger, on your opinion with something?
So I don't think that there was a time about something so deep. But I think that the conversations that I had with strangers about stuff like this segued into deeper conversations. But I wouldn't normally come up to a stranger and be like, hey, what are your thoughts on gay marriage? You know what I mean? It's not something that I'd just say.
And I think that's a big part of the problem.
That sounds like a great idea for Patreon videos. Just stop strangers on the street and approach them about some
This is the
comic
weird
shit.
thing
Maybe
about
not
today,
political
though.
stuff. That'd be awful.
I feel like people, if this continues, we're just getting dumber now. Because, like, you can't have opinions anymore about anything. It's like, now we just talk like random vagaries about everything.
So
the second
on-
I double down on my belief on anything, it's like I fucking enslaved your grandma. Like, what the hell?
So I do now more than I ever did when I was pre-social media because of what I do, because I'm
Right.
in sales. So I talk to people every day that I'm at work.
Hashtag one still sus cars.
Yes.
But,
And so
but that's different though, because like in sales, you have to like chameleon. Like,
Cars, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If
I don't
somebody's
have
like,
a-
I love Donald
yeah,
Trump.
if
You're
there's
like,
an old
I'm gonna
man-
keep my fucking mouth shut
That's
because
what
I
I'm
want
saying.
this sale.
but you can have those deeper conversations
One's
with
like, me too. I hate
I suck
myself.
his dick all the time.
I hate myself. I hate my people.
we don't like them.
Brown people.
You may have noticed over the last 4 years of us fucking bitching
You're like,
about
no,
it.
When they
it's
sent
really
me over the
tan.
border, I was a murderer, thief,
But
child
then,
molester, but I got better.
but then Donald,
I came to America and experienced freedom, and it washed over me.
Due to the amazing sacrifice Trump has made, I now am a Christian. Also, I got 8 guns.
Somebody listening is like, yes, right there, Trump.
somebody's misunderstanding.
I don't think they sounded like
sarcasm.
that, though.
I did somebody from across the showroom. Somebody was like, "Hey, Juan, are you free?" Because there was somebody who needed an employee help, and I was like, "God damn right, it's America!"
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Goddamn right.
Predator.
Stand for the flag, kneel for the cross. Predator's great. Toxic masculinity aside, this movie's fucking awesome. Like
There's a lot of masculinity in this movie.
there is,
And it's crazy because there are different types. Like you said, everybody plays a weird little role that they kind of
everybody
have.
plays like a crazy stereotype
Yeah,
role.
yeah.
When
It's
they cast
still
this
a
movie,
role.
They were like Indian. Feather Indian, got here, not Indian.
Oh my god.
So you guys, basically, yeah.
But
I know
really,
they did.
they,
Like,
you know that in the casting call, they're like, not Indian enough.
yeah, say you fear no man. All right. I don't believe it. Back to the reservation.
Could you show me could you show me an example of what it looks like when you track? Like,
Jesus.
you know those were in the casting moments. Kneel down next to the ground and act like you're really studying. Like,
Indian guy just pulled out his phone and he was like,
Predator's there. Yeah.
Predator's right here, it says it's tracking.
1987 sir.
Okay, other things that are amazing about Predator
Front line
is the
attacker.
terrible infrared camera work. And it is hilarious.
I love how the infrared camera has its own noise.
Sounds like wow. Yeah, it's like a bullwhip.
Yeah.
I also love how technologically advanced I thought this was when I was like 10 years old. Like, I was like, oh, he can see their heat. Like, it was so amazing. How will they ever hide from him?
That is weird,
They answer that question, spoiler alert.
This movie is actually one of the first memories that I can remember.
Yeah.
Watching it on the like couch with my real dad and him saying, "You know, mess with Arnold." So you know, mess with Arnold. Fuck Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
You're right, Dad.
Whatever Dad says.
I remember it was like that weird dad moment where he's like, "He's right." Didn't know. Now he does.
So what kind of movies did you watch with your fake dad?
None. The fucking westerns I watches.
Your fake dad?
His stepdad.
Yeah.
Who lives very close to here.
Yeah, literally halfway down.
Yeah,
He's
here,
yelled
bro.
at Ashton a couple times.
We could go get him, but he would not be funny. He'd be like, if it doesn't have John Wayne in it, I don't like it.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Put a cowboy hat on that fucking Predator.
Yeah.
Make it do.
You're one ugly motherfucker partner. Pilgrim.
Space Duke.
Man,
Not
could you
too-
imagine science fiction John Wayne movie?
Yeah, I think it's called like Alien Cowboy or some bullshit
Cowboy
like that.
Cowboy versus
Yeah, there you
Alien.
go.
That
And
was,
I actually thought it was decent. It wasn't
That was a
awful.
good movie, but it
It's
wasn't.
not very John Wayne. I literally mean just like John Wayne in space. Like,
Has John Wayne done a sci-fi?
no.
No,
Okay.
buddy,
He's
that's
done a couple action
That's
movies,
below him.
but not.
John Wayne was a lot like.
Way
well, in his,
actually.
John Wayne was
Mostly
very
Western.
Steven Seagal. You know that?
Yeah.
In his early career, he was like very like dashing and like. And then
Cool.
towards the end of his career, he's like fat, could barely get on the horse anymore. He's like stepping off all.
He's
slow.
like laying on it like a kid that can't get on
Yeah.
the swing, like just flopped over
making
the
the
top.
least possible effort to kill Becca. Everyone's like,
He's like, I've made $1 million of this fucking film.
yeah. Early on.
Predator still.
So stacked cast: Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura. Who else? Shane Black, the sexual Tyrannosaurus.
That was Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I know. He's just saying shit. Bill Duke. He was the big black guy.
Oh, the
The
one
really
that's
big dude.
always
Yeah.
shaving his face.
With his straight razor. Like I feel like I fucking
Yeah,
just
he's like a
cut
Bic.
myself. Was it a
It's a
Bic?
Bic.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
a Bic. You're
He
right.
breaks it at one point like that. Snap.
Because he like is going through extra PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going through extra, like, every...
Yeah, he loses his shit.
He's the one who got his head blown up.
His
Yeah.
weird
Yeah.
little monologue.
Jesse Ventura didn't have time to bleed, but he did have time to get a hole blown in his chest.
I don't have time to bleed.
Yeah.
Like Jesse Ventura steals the scene, like every scene that he's in, which is
Just chewing
remarkable.
some bullshit at the fucking beginning.
Dude, it's
You
supposed to be
want some?
tobacco, but
Yeah.
he's got like a baseball worth of it in his mouth.
And he's like
Yeah.
chewing it. I don't know who chews
Yeah, 'cause
their
he's
jaws.
Has anyone else ever watched the, what the fuck's it called? No, I know. The commentary?
No,
I don't know why I have, but Arnold
I
plays
feel like you watch a lot of
We know
commentary.
I do.
why.
But
So
Arnold
low.
plays a practical joke on Jesse Ventura that's like not funny at all, but he goes into it with such. Have you ever heard someone tell a story with all the vigor that they think everyone's gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna laugh at the end of this shit?
Kind of like right now.
and then it just and then it just fizzles out, and everybody looks at you like you're
Like
stupid.
right now. But it's worth going and seeing because it's pretty ridiculous.
Nice. So this spawned 3 sequels, plus Alien vs Predator 2. There's so it's technically 5, but
So there's
Predator,
Predator,
Predator 2, Predators, and the
The
Predator.
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 So I
It's technically
misnomered
in
this
universe.
movie. Yeah.
AVP
In,
one,
in
two.
university?
So
In
four.
universe?
So that's
AVP,
four Predators
AVP
alone.
Requiem.
Yeah, there's technically
AVP,
5 if you
AVP
count
two.
the Alien movies.
Isn't that 6?
No, there's
No, well, sequels. We're not counting the original Predator.
Oh.
It spawned 5 sequels.
There will probably be 6 more too before this is done.
probably.
So
Isn't there another one coming? Like,
I think
already?
so.
I
Like,
really,
Aliens
really
too, I think.
enjoyed Predators.
And I really enjoyed the Predator.
The Predator was good
That
too.
was really fun.
I thought they missed out on making another one from the Predators where they're on the actual, like
Predator
a different
planet.
world. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
So that's the only one I haven't seen yet.
Ow.
That's the one with Adrian Brody,
Yes.
right? It's good too.
It's the one
It's a
where
lot of
like
fun.
they're being hunted.
And
right?
Machete.
Yeah. Yes, I
Like
forgot about that.
Machete. But Eric Foreman just blows it for me.
It's not
He
very entertaining
plays a
actor.
pretty decent bad
He
guy.
does, but it's just I just don't see him as that. I see him trying to fuck Donna and smoking weed with. He's screwing his over there. I just can't get past it.
So
Maybe
these movies are
subconsciously
great,
that's
like
what I
in
was
general.
thinking.
Yeah, I think the first one did a really good job of, because I don't know at the time, like I said, it was only a few months old. It did a really good job of not playing too much into the special effects, the radar and the ship and the laser and shit.
It does.
There's a lot.
But back then, it definitely did.
Right.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of badassery in it. Like there's a lot of really, they're obviously somewhere in a jungle or some kind of fucking
It's
forest
also
or some
super
shit.
typecast, like the samurai. And
Yeah.
I like this movie. This 2 big thumbs up for me for sure.
the first
yeah.
Predator? Yeah.
Yeah.
Movies and shit.
I definitely remember it with my dad. My dad loved fucking
Do
Arnold
we just
Schwarzenegger.
give this a
But-
collective thumbs up?
Yeah, I think all of us watched it with our dad the first time
For
we saw
sure.
it, probably, and yeah, this is one of those masculine moments.
Man, I should watch Predator with Ashton the next time he's here.
Yeah,
Or
he's gonna be
Rock
like,
Hard,
Dad,
yes.
this sucks.
No, he's not. This is
kidding.
100% the kind of movie.
Wouldn't you be so sad
He
though?
he would be talking, and he would do the exact same thing that I did when I was a kid. He's got an M16, that's a specific kind of grenade launcher. Those guys have AK-47s. I remember thinking about every gun that was in this movie at one point in time. Oh no,
It is dope.
this movie's
Yeah.
awesome.
This movie I think stands up as well.
It does.
Because it's all
What
practical.
the
Besides
hell?
That's what I'm
the
saying.
thing-
There's small things in there that I think
Yeah.
look kind of cheesy just because of when it was filmed. But I think most everything else is
Like the
they're on a
first-
real set. They're
Also
fucking,
cheesy because
The
of the
very
premise.
first bodies that they find hanging are like,
Are definitely rubber dummies.
yeah,
Like-
like covered in pink jelly or something. I don't know.
The premise too of like certain weird tropes is like, I wonder what a movie's gonna do that right. Because no reason if you had a self-detonating button on your wrist that it would have a countdown. Like if you're pushing that, you're just trying to kill yourself. Nah, you got 30 seconds.
And then the weird, I didn't like the weird fucking laugh at the end. It was so weird.
And
And it starts to just echo so loud.
it makes more sense after you've seen Predator 2, where the Predator, you can hear him trying to verbalize their language after
Right.
he listens to it.
Yeah.
And that laugh is kind of earlier on in the movie, so I think that it's like legit, but it is weird.
I like the second one too. I love the
So-
with Danny Glover.
I haven't
I
seen
did
the
too.
second
So
one.
good. I was
I
trying
haven't
to
seen
sell
the
it.
second one since it was out in the theater.
I was trying to sell it to Gabe last night
So-
when I watched the first
So
one.
I remember not liking it very much as a kid.
It
So
is
now I really want to watch it.
Way fucking different than the first one, but I do like it.
See, and I think
Yeah.
that was my problem when I was a kid. Is I
Yeah.
just wanted to see another movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger and a group of guys shot at the Predator.
Right.
And that's clearly not what it is. Like he
Yeah.
makes
No,
it sound super interesting.
it's
I
really-
really
you
want to
get-
watch it.
It's like
Yeah.
weirdly a noir kind of, in the way that the 90s did it. Like,
That kind of detective-y.
it's a lot like the first Lethal Weapon.
No, you just feel like I feel like you get a mythos of their.
That's
what they
that's
are.
exactly where I
And the
was
second
going.
one, where like these are like noble warriors who like respect you, and like if you, because like at the end when he kills the one,
He
like
gets
they
a
all
prize.
fucking show up and he's like, oh, but you know, I'm about to die. And the one guy like, no, he gives him like this cool old gun, and he's like, oh, good job, you live. Get the fuck off
It's
my.
really cool.
That's cool.
It's
I'll
cool.
have to watch
It's
it.
cool because now, as an adult, and I did it more when the internet was kind of just starting to
Yeah.
be a thing. You look back and you see the alien skull in their
That's
ship,
what he was
Yeah.
saying.
and so you
That's what got me jacked as like a
yeah,
13-year-old
it
watching
creates
this movie.
that big fucking world that eventually becomes
Comes
an
together.
alien and predator thing, and you start to be able to learn who, Wayland Yutani are and who these fucking big people are in this giant world. I that's what I love about it. It's such a
Which
it
ties
was
into
doing
Blade
worlds
Runner, too,
way
though.
before there was a thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They just small little
They
things.
created-
You don't talk about it. They're just there.
It's the prototype for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And
Which
why
is exactly
can't
what it is.
they make this movie right? The Alien vs Predator movie.
I like the first one.
It's not
It's
what
not
it should
great.
be, dude.
Yeah.
The second
It
one
should
was
be-
so
compared to the
dark.
comic.
It should
not
be
even
10,000 aliens in an overrun area and predators just murking them at will.
Yeah.
It
And,
should
like-
be like Alien vs Predator War, the comic, where they just show up to
Or the
capture a
game.
queen. That's all you
Like
need
a,
in the story.
a predator should be worth like at least 100 aliens.
See, I
Yeah.
like the first one because it led into the mythos more. You learned more about why the aliens are here and why the predators came down to fight
It's
them.
like a train.
I like that part.
I really like that about
I like that part, and the fight scenes are cool, but it's just not. It doesn't fit the like what they are.
I think
to
the
each other type of
I
thing,
think
you
the
know what I
second
mean?
one could have been what you're talking about, and it ended up being a very hard to watch movie because it's
Fucking dark, dude.
visually so dark. You
They forgot
can't.
to turn
It's
the
so
lights on in that
yeah,
movie.
it's
The same
so
thing happened in the
hard.
first fucking Hulk movie.
The Ang Lee one.
They're just like, we don't need lights. Like, yeah, you do.
There's a reason movies are made that way.
Yeah, like when the lights are on in that Hulk movie, it's terrible because he's neon, and when they're off, you can't see shit. And he's fighting cool things. Like, why?
Yeah.
Hulk
But
I'm
I-
gonna have to watch Predator 2 for
Yeah,
sure.
it's. I think you like it.
you also should definitely not watch the Hulk movie.
I saw it in the
Okay,
theater,
so here we
like
go.
an ass.
Hardcore nerd question.